Welcome back to the Dark Cosmic Universe. My name is Avian Savage. This is the Dark Cosmic Universe. We're going to do some toy reviews. We're going to talk about action figures. We're going to talk about playsets. We're going to talk about anything toy related. But today, we are going to talk about this artist. That's right. Funky Maclunkey. If you've never heard of the name, get ready to get funky. Because you're about to be transformed and brought into the universe of Funky Maclunkey. Again, my name is Avian Savage. Welcome back to the Dark Cosmic Universe. Welcome back to the channel. So appreciate it. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Smack a like, as they always say. I don't like saying that. Just give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. I always appreciate that stuff. Leave some comments. Check out the links in the description. Got an eBay store where I sell vintage and retro t-shirts and more because sold something last night. Thank you guys so much for that. Sold a Frankenstein mask. It was tough to get rid of it, but since now I'm like really big into the Universal Monsters, but someone else I know would really enjoy this as much as I did. Also, don't forget, activate that bell icon so you get notified when I upload a video just like this here on the YouTubesphere. All right, 2 purchases today from, well, not today, but that came in the mail, from Funky Maclunkey. Now, the great thing about this amazing resin artist, pause the video if you need to do that. You get to learn a little bit about Funky Maclunkey. Now, there is some information about Funky Maclunkey. If you do not know anything about Funky Maclunkey, you're about to get a great knowledge-based video reference. So I actually found Funky Maclunkey when I was here on the YouTubesphere, when I was checking out other people who have Star Wars toys. Let's see if we can get a focus back on there. There we go. And Funky Maclunkey is a resin artist who works a lot with the digital field. And this person has reinvigorated, re-inspired, and reimagined what toys should be. Funky Maclunkey makes figures that should have been made back in the Star Wars day, but Star Wars, they said, see ya, don't want to be ya once they were done. Who knows? Could have been a licensed thing. People could have been like Star Wars burnt out. But it's artists like this, like Funky Maclunkey, that keep the excitement about Star Wars alive. Now you're going, wait a minute, that's not Star Wars in front of you, Avian. I get it. You're like, I've seen this stuff before. Yes, you have. So over here we have some vintage. Now that's from the Kraken Awakes. We have some modern versions of Red Shadows. We have some OG, original Red Shadow figures here, which I've collected over the past 4 or 5 months or something like that. I think I've had that one before. Can't remember which ones I've had. But I started collecting and building up my collection here. So anyway, so on Instagram, I wound up seeing this post from Funky Maclunkey, and I always check out all the Star Wars figures. Really cool, because there are characters that should have been made, or they should have been designed a certain way. Well, this amazing artist has decided that that's what the case should be when it comes to action figures. This one is just, these two are no exception to the rule. So we talked about the original Palitoy figures. If you are not familiar, this guy over here is Skeletron. Over here we've got the Kraken over here. And Funky Maclunkey has decided to make some resin homages to both of them. And as you can tell from the original to the originals to the new ones, they're pretty darn close. We'll take a look at these figures. Now, if you're wondering how tall these figures are, again, this is the 3 3/4 inch scale. So the 1/18 scale figures, this is back in the old school days when we had figures that were small enough to put in your pocket, but big enough to have an amazing imagination with your friends and come up with some really Epic Adventures. Again, you know, that's what it was all about when you collected figures. And again, this was a series that I knew nothing about or didn't have any clue, but then I started getting into it. Anyway, so I wound up seeing a post from Funky Maclunkey, and he wound up showing these two gorgeous homages to the original. So here we go. Here is Skeletron. I don't know if you can tell the details, but I love the translucent red that Funky Maclunkey did with this. Now again, these are resin figures. They are not meant to be played with. They're not to be dropped. I don't know if I can stress that enough. But, you know, they're not as durable, but they are meant to hang along with your original cast figures and to just, you know, hang out with them or be a part of their displays. Now, I remember a few years ago, I knew nothing about Skeletron, and I saw lots of people making copies of Skeletron, and I was like, oh, that's a really cool figure, and what the heck is that? And I didn't know it was Skeletron. And again, I'm not sure if this was a digital rendition of the figure that I've got to the left. Again, this is a resin figure. Looks really amazing. Again, the detail on this. Let's see if I can zoom in on here. There we go. Ooh, way too much. Extreme close-up. But again, very close to the original, which I like. And again, I know that Skeletron has been copied and put into other universes as resin figures, but a straight resin figure homage to the original. It's just like, how can you not say no to it? Now, each of these figures was $35 each, which I thought was a little bit on the pricey side. But again, when you think about having a piece of history, having a piece of toy history, $35 is a drop in the bucket. And again, I know it's a reproduction, however you want to say it, but this looks really cool. Here we go. Here's the Kraken. Very cool figure. Now, it does have some articulation. I don't know if you guys can see in the shoulders. You know, I don't think it's the original articulation. It's probably like a peg and socket form, but looks amazing. Love it. I wanted to have like I wanted to build an army of these Kraken figures. And, well, my dream came true, I guess you could say. So again, here's the original Palitoy version, and here's the Funky Maclunkey version. I'm like, wow. I mean, I believe these were scanned, these images, but I'm not 100% sure. But again, these are really awesome. I'm like, I am so glad that I was able to get that. And again, you know, when I saw these figures, I'm like, I'm collecting Red Shadows figures. Wouldn't it be perfect to add this to the collection? But they look really, really cool. It's kind of funny, like, you see a toy line, and then it's not till like 30 or 40 years later that someone says, hey, guys, remember that toy line? I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we had more characters or an updated version of them? And that's what's going on today, which is really cool. I'm so glad that a lot of the toy makers are going back in time, and they're digging deep into the past and finding stuff that was a part of many childhood memories. So it is so cool to see this stuff, again, modernized, like the Skeletron toy figures over here. I call them Team Skeletron. We've got the regular Skeletron figure coming up from that line coming up, which is really cool. I don't know if it's at the end of this year or if it's going to be coming out next year, but Skeletron is coming out, and you've seen some of the figures from that. And we got Skeletron, and now I've got a Funky Maclunkey Skeletron, a Funky Maclunkey Kraken figure, and a regular figure. Now, I don't know how many of these are left in the inventory, but again, there's plenty of places to check out Funky Maclunkey. Instagram is one of them. Etsy, if you have Etsy, he's on Funky Maclunkey. And then, of course, FunkyMaclunkey.com, and I'll bring that one more time up here so you guys can see some of the things. So there's Funky, so pause the video. FunkyMaclunkey.com. Just, again, even if you do like a Google search, you can definitely find out more about Funky Maclunkey. And again, if you are a Kenner's vintage Star Wars collector, check out the stuff that they make. Again, these figures are made to be displayed with the rest of the figures to add on, you know, to the scenes. You're not to, I mean, if you want to play with them, you can, but the chances of breaking them, I know resin's a really tough material to work with, but eventually things do bust. So you don't want to do that. But again, even like Mamba Man back here from the Kraken Awakes to go with the OG ones. Yeah, these look really cool. And I do have a special case for all my original figures. The Funky Maclunkey, Skeletron, and Kraken figure are going to go definitely in that case. And they will be well loved in that collection and well kept, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, so we're getting near the end of the video. Sneak peek, of course, as I always try to do that. Got this in the mail the other day. We got a graphic novel. You're like, wait a minute, what? Superman? I see Batman. I see Guy Gardner. Wonder Woman. What is this? Panic in the Sky. That is right. We've got upcoming videos, and it has something to do with Panic in the Sky. I will show you the back of this cover, which looks really awesome. And there has something to do with this particular, let me put this up here, has to do something with this particular series that yours truly was able to get a hold and be part of the collection. So that's my little preview for upcoming videos. Again, check out the community page as well. When I decide to get the final part of it, I will definitely show you how everything comes together. And again, that's my my little tease for the YouTubosphere, YouTube. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Thank you to the reoccurring, my reoccurring followers, the viewers, people who watch the channel. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm making sure, seeing who's checking out the channel. So I am definitely paying attention because you are paying attention to this channel. Again, if you like action figures, if you like collectibles, if you like Pokemon cards, my humble opinion says this is the channel for you to check out. Hopefully I will be on the pulse of the toy industry, and hopefully I'll give you guys some new information as it comes to me. And again, it might be some late information. I may have done a deep dive into a different collection that was already out, but you know, something that interests me. And if it's interesting to me, I'm thinking it's going to be interesting to you and everyone here on the YouTubosphere. That is it. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much. I so appreciate everything you guys do. Love the comments. And again, I get back to them as soon as I can. My Y Studio is having some issues. Normally I get notifications when I do get a brand new comment, but I have to figure that out. That's in the long run. But I will get back to you guys. And again, if I miss a comment, I do not do that on purpose. I appreciate each and everyone who leaves a comment, suggestion, letting me know what's in their collection. Again, it just means the world to me. My name is Avian Savage. This is the Dark Cosmic Universe. To my Dark Cosmic family out there, if you are subscribed, you are part of the Dark Cosmic Universe. That's my Cosmic Cosmonauts, my Cosmic Comrades, my insane toy collectors, and my Dark Cosmic Pokemon collectors as well. What do I say? Say it loud and proud. From one side of the galaxy to the other, and somewhere in between, there is the Dark Cosmic Universe. Stay cosmically insane, my friends. Keep collecting those action figures. Keep collecting those Pokemon cards. Keep collecting all those collectibles. And we will see you back here on the YouTubosphere, better known as YouTube. Thanks again. Stay cosmically insane, and we will see you soon.